utility to clear away those close corners, and again, using a lot of the Viper smokes, whether that's going to be towards tree or the wall they were sending into mid. It seemed like Texture wasn't able to find as many angles with the op, as many rounds, honestly, to carry that through.
Well, here we go. As we take a look at the agent select here, my eyes kind of go towards Ash here as well, with the Tejo nerf, the fact that he has never played Gecko, so this Sova would make a lot of sense.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Gen.G here. We saw that in the past, before the Tejo meta, Gen.G was running KO and Gecko, and we saw how that went earlier today in the Sentinels game. It didn't really go Sen's way, and I think having a Sova on this map is just so crucial. That double flash can kind of inhibit what you can do around mid and refreshing the mid lurk information. So I'm liking the hover here. I hope it stays.
Yeah.
And nothing crazy at PRX either.
I also like the Omen if it comes through. Obviously, PRX are going to be running that, but people, I think, see so many Icebox games like Harbor Viper, for example, that you lose the threat of one-ways with the Omen smoke, and again, the active teleports you can do, whether that's cross-map TPs with the ultimate coming online, or just taking more control over like 410, or taking control over yellow in the mains. I think Omen has a lot to be offered.
What I love so much about this double controller comp on Icebox is it really allows your Viper player to actually open up their playstyle a bit more. I mean, I'm sure all the controller players here in the audience know how awful it feels when you go into ranked and it's like, oh my god, Icebox, I'm going to be on B duty the whole time. But the double controller really allows the Viper to get a little bit more risky, because if the Viper dies, the round isn't over. We still have smokes to refresh at B for the one-way or on attack for Rafters and CT.
The other thing that is going to help out your Viper player, maybe your Killjoy player when you're trying to go for lurks, Omen smokes just being able to be used to block off Killjoy turret on the other side, right? I think Omen does a very good job at creating sort of permanent threat around the mid space, whether it's going to be through the use of Omen smokes to assist, you know, a teammate going for lurks, or even using that teleport more aggressively. Like, you don't forget, you can get on top of Tube and try and take more aggressive angles if you're trying to fight for that space for real.
And the last time Gen.G ran an Omen on Icebox, it was Texture playing the Omen.
Wow.
You had Caron, yeah, you had Caron over on the Viper as well. They have done this before, but usually you sacrifice the duelist, right? It makes sense.
Right.
But here they're running the Omen and the Jet. So maybe what are some of the differences you guys think compared to the usual duelist-less Omen comps?
I think it allows your Omen player to really lean into their more duelist tendencies. Although not a duelist on paper, it's definitely pseudo-duelist like Ender was bringing up, and they can make cool plays on a map like Icebox where there are so many opportunities for mechanical fights and advantages.
I also think it just makes sense when you value the operator in your duelist hands so heavily, because while, yes, Omen can definitely op, you're losing a lot of that power of being able to like quickly disengage, quickly reposition on something like the Jet. Also, Jet knives rounds to fix your econ, to be able to play around those as well for really explosive plays and fights over mains or even the mid space is something that teams are losing when you play without that agent.
And I think too with the Omen, I'm talking about how it is a pseudo-duelist, but also what the Omen brings to a team in terms of when we look at those A retakes, especially the Omen blind is so oppressive. Sitting default is not an option when you are playing against an Omen that has blind on defense. You either have to get up on their face or play off, and then it kind of has that mind game of, oh, maybe their Omen on defense starts saving their blind and using it for deeper control, where all the post-plants agents play with their cringe mollies and the snake bite and everything. So excited to see what's next.
Let's find out if this one will go the distance and send it back to Achilles and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Map 2. HyperX's selection of Icebox. With the same comps, let's see if they can take this the distance, because we know that there is only bangers on split, and we want to see that third map.
No doubt about it. And this certainly should be an exciting map one way or another. Like what I'm seeing from both teams. Gen.G here, seeing what PRX did on their pistol in the previous round where they tried to set up for a crunch through tubes. They're going to overstack that a little bit. They're sending 3 players down there. Meanwhile, PRX using that knowledge against them, knowing that last time, you know, they ran a 2-2-1 with 4 players essentially over towards B. And so PRX is able to make a good read that this might be countered by Gen.G. Just got to be really aware of those flanks.
Just the turret here around the corner.
Yeah, Devi went for the Sheriff. No alarm bot.
Same for Foxy 9. It's actually both Killjoys with it. And Foxy going to be able to find a first kill of something. Get a headshot there. Again, heard the drop down. Nothing else spotted. Wall keeping everything blocked off. Gen.G now getting clustered together. Ready to try to go for the retake here. Positions for PRX could still end up getting them around win, but Jing going down. Not going to be a great sight for that as Divide similarly will get taken out. Sika does a hell of a lot of damage, cannot get the eliminations, and Texture, he is not skipping a beat, maintaining the performance that we saw from him on that last map, 3K. That'll be the defuse, and Gen G continue to be perfect in pistols.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things that you could look back to on Ascent, that maybe if PRX is able to take one of those pistols, they could potentially take that map. They've got to find a way to get another one, but these Sheriff buys that Gen G has been favoring on their pistols continue to work an absolute treat. Just so difficult to deal with. Alex kind of wants him to maybe shift a little bit in a different direction, but Gen G so fearsome with those Sheriffs.
Full investment again, going to be coming through here from everyone on Gen G. 2 full armors and 2 stingers for Ash and Munchkin. Texture with that Guardian once again. This time the heavier stack situated on this A site. Really spotted out, but Foxy must have seen a pixel out of place. Gets the kill onto something through the smoke. Having a rough go of it so far here on Icebox. Peek from Texture, instantly finds the headshot. Foxy9 holds down Kitchen. Patman will get a kill found. So that's just going to be the cleanup coming through. And overall, all the hefty weaponry should be carried forward. Looks like they can't quite swap the Bulldog over, so still will have the Stingers.
Yeah, I mean, Gen G just so wise to some of this trickery from PRX. That's going to be something that you can think about as an advantage for them. Yep, just saw him cross. Just saw the hair on Jet's head. And Foxy9, stalwart in his defense. A little bit of help there from Texture. That's going to be a pretty nice anti-eco for the side of Gen G. Rifles bought up for PRX now. They're going to try to push some of the space over here on towards B. Munchkin going to have to fall back a little bit. Stinger and a Sheriff, but trying to clear him out.
Wants to play close, wants to be able to try to use that Stinger, but there's the reveal. Spot out up and over the top, trying to see what they can find here. Texture able to just tailwind away. Munchkin able to exit. Forward, Texture flushed out, face in towards him. We'll be able to find Foxy at the same time. The trade up here from the side of PRX is looking damn good. Taron's still over at the A site. Ash is going to see if he can find anything at all, but Jing says no. Damn near flawless here for PRX, looking to try to stop another massive streak from building up at the start of the map.
Yeah, for sure. Still though, a Guardian for Karan could do some real damage.
For the moment, PRX not going to be upset at all with this result, but if they suffer any more damage, lose any more weapons, that's when it's going to be a little bit more concerning. They will clash, looking for the readjust. One more shot would have done it, but Jing able to come out on top.
Yeah, Jing, a real big piece of the puzzle for PRX on this map. And I love what the desk was talking about with the way that he TPs. Got to keep your eyes on him, especially when he gets his ult. They're going to get creative with it. They'll TP into your spawn. They'll try to TP into some smokes. You got to be head on a swivel, be really aware of the map as Gen G. That Omen ult is something that they will really lean into for PRX. So a lot to consider with the way Jing plays, and they're just going to try to double down onto this same setup. It is going to be the operator for Texture, but that's over on the A side. Patman.
Nearly finding the catch. Munchkin once again backing away. Once again tucking behind the box here at yellow.
That puts Forsaken one away from the Hunter's Fury. He's got the spike in hand. PRX taking a pause. Refresh of the one-way. Something just baiting a little bit there, seeing if he's going to get a response.
Press rotations. Ash nearby, tailwind. We're ready here for something. Just a couple shots out thrown. We'll go ahead and get the scout. He's going to be revealed. Drone seeing a lot more as well. It's decent info gained. PRX, 55 seconds remaining. Still looking like they don't quite want to commit to this B site.
They've got the info on the other side of the map with Patman. He was doing his best Nats impersonation just the other day. And now he's kind of noticed that there hasn't been much going on over on the other side of the map. So Karan going to be called upon. Foxy9 starting to shift him to position as well.
Not spotted. Not registering that something's right above him. Uncharacteristic miss there. Counter gets taken down. Something more than happy to collect that kill. Finds Boxy9 as well. Munchkin puts down the jet. Is able to find Jing. Spike still not planted. 15 seconds remaining. As Munchkin looking to get an ace for himself.
10 seconds left.
Texture not in position to try to deny it.
Toxin screen down.
Plant in behind the box here from Devi. Has to stick it. Has to commit to it. And Munchkin is so damn crisp. The ace is his. The lead maintained. Gen G up 3-1.
That has to be infuriating for PRX.
I was going to say for Texture.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys let him have the ace? Oh, okay. Oh, but the way this started, I mean, PRX gets 2 early kills, and it looks like they're going to be able to get onto the site, get the plant down, and then it all just starts crumbling apart. And just Munchkin holding from screens. That's all it took. He didn't need much time to get those kills. And that absolutely will be a tilter. Gonna have another operator as well for Texture. He's got the Blade Storm behind it. It's gonna be an operator for Devi. Guardian for something. Let's see what they want to do with that. Could be passed around as the round goes through. Yeah.
Well, Texture just fearlessly pushing forward. Finds Jing there in the corner. Clearly Gen G doing their research, learning the tendencies here of the Joman. As Ash above on pipes. It's the double swing, and they're just not looking for him at all.
Down A.
2 quick headshots. And this round is donezo.
Yeah, you got to save now. Got to keep that operator in play.
Hey.
Last player standing.
Certainly have to back away now. So we got about a minute to just hang out.
Yeah, we've got some time.
This one happened pretty quickly. Toronto, how are you guys doing today?
Turret's destroyed.
We like that. Glad you're having a good time.
Some trouble now, though.
Yeah, pressure starting to come through, so maybe not as much time as we suspected. Gets himself his first kill. As Munchkin will fall. Gonna try to rescale up the top. Texture down below. Scoped in. Completely and utterly surrounded. Cloudburst trying to keep him covered. And there you go. Texture plays distract. Boxy9 comes in off the back, and that's 4-1 now for Gen G.
Yeah, this is just kind of one of those moments where PRX just sort of gets tunnel vision as they're trying to make their way in towards the site. The double TP is being read nicely by Gen G, and something Forsaken not really anticipating that, you know, okay, well, Texture wasn't up on pipes. Maybe nobody's up there, but Ash tucked in and finds 2 great kills. And that is absolutely going to require a timeout from PRX. They've got to figure something out here, because what turned into a very close ascent is once again starting out too heavily in favor of Gen G. And you don't want to have to keep climbing back, because Gen G is too ferocious, too tenacious, too skilled for you to be going into these deficits.
Especially given that you're starting on the attack.
Correct.
Which is where you should be favored the most going into this map.
Especially when you're PRX.
Let's see. Alex wasn't feeling necessarily the full confidence going into this map, but was trusting in the team to be able to readjust. We already saw that from them on Ascent. We know that they can still get themselves back into the driver's seat here, take control of this. It's a matter of when. Minor investments here. Sheriff's out. A couple half armors. Hunter's Fury from the shadows. Not likely to be seen unless they can make this a very close round. Now, everyone going to be clustered up outside of Garage here.
See what they want to do. This is going to be some kind of explosive early play. See, again, anticipating either an updraft or a TP.
Shot not quite going to connect. Tailwind at the ready. Cloudburst going to be thrown. It's going to be the orb take here from something. That gets him now the knives. Seems like that's what he wanted. Jing going to be catching a bit of a stray there. Doesn't exit alongside the rest of the team. Now they lose out on their Omen. Trying to scale forward into a site. When you already have the Viper Wall preset on B, it's going to prove to be very difficult.
And you've got the turret there to keep track of Patman if he keeps trying to push through.
Needs to find the shot, and he does. That's huge. That's how they can start to unfurl this for Gen G. Current on the reposition, up and over the top, and just snipes him out of the sky.
Jeez.
Continues to hold the corner, gets the readjust, gets the kill, and now it's just Patman position known. Trying to clutch versus 3. The spike dropped here at Karen's feet.
Poison orb emitting.
Swinging around the back of sight. About to have line of sight here with Karan. Spots him, gets a tiny lick of damage further forward onto him, but cannot flick fast enough to find Ash. 5-1, Gen G maintaining control.
And yet a few ideas for PRX that maybe looked like they could come to fruition. One of those TPs from Jing catches opponents off guard. Karan just so fearsome. He is one of the best side anchors on the planet. Nice! And he's one of those players that everybody talks about that you don't want to be going up against when you're trying to make your way through, because he is so clean. He just makes things miserable. And not a boot. You've got a ton of ults for Gen G. Fair share for PRX as well. They're going to overstack mid here.
This is where maybe
we see.
Yeah, maybe where we see those ults invested. Get into a post plant. Pit from Patman could be very, very strong.
It's just getting there. It's been tough for PRX.
Force push from Karan. Bit of a change up here in his positioning. It's a texture about to be hunted. Patman should be good for this kill here. You would suspect this. Yep, the shot goes wide. Patman able to collect. Something now trying to go for the entry here alongside Jing. The TP up over the screen. Something pinching in from below. Karan gets taken down. That's a 2-player advantage now. Boy, the side of Gen G, but immediately 3 kills found in response. Foxy, Ash, and Munchkin all finding one. The flanker now dealt with. And they have the player advantage. Hunter's Fury not going to be invested here off the plant. Gen G certainly going to be feeling favored. A shock dart is going to be lobbed in. There's just no way to destroy this. They have to back away. They have to respect it. Divine just able to work his way out, but no post plant util. The pit in response. Munchkin looking to make this unassailable. It's that much more pressure on Forsaken. Playing down here on the ground floor. The push forward finds the first. The defuse, however, being held. Foxy's done it again. The Red Bull clutch as he just holds it down.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, PRX is looking like they've got some good ideas on their scaling into sites, but once they get there, things just start to fall apart. These screens, angles just aren't being dealt with. And they're giving Gen G some good looks. When they keep pressing forward, when they find those initial kills, they get this confidence in them. Like, they can keep pressing, they can keep clearing space. And instead, Gen G just holds the line. I mean, these contact plays for Gen G throughout this event have been unbelievable.
A lot was invested there. Just the pit now retained to buy one away from trying to get that lockdown online. Textural re-swing back behind yellow. Looks like maybe a late little linger here from Forsaken. Well, that would have been the hospital flick right there had he landed it, but Forsaken does get to breathe a sigh of relief. Keep his life intact.
I mean, even if you get that lockdown, there is the counter for Ash with the Hunter's Fury, but well, now he knows that it's a pretty good spot for him.
Swing out, something does manage to find Karan up over the top. Cloudburst, lending credence to this position, but Ash on the re-swing does get taken down. Something does get traded out by Munchkin. Their own pit now in play here for PRX. TP heard, Foxy 9. Suffering Fire able to find one. Shock dart takes him to one. And that's going to be Patman cleaning it up. PRX going to be able to go ahead and find their second round win. Texture with the operator certainly does not want to play into this site.
I mean, again, now PRX is starting to find some adjustments. They're able to scale into sight very nicely, and they have the pit there for a little bit of extra comfort. And Jing trying to get active with those TPs, but so far, that's mostly been dealt with by Gen G, but the rest of the players doing their job. Ash had a moment there when that Cloudburst was going down that something wasn't even looking in his direction. Might have been able to find the kill, but was just pulling off and ended up paying the price. Yep, that's Texture just holding the line there.
Not going to be rewarded with any Hunters here. PRX will go ahead, stick together, exit back out through A main. So Op going to be held over. PRX get themselves their second round, and crucially, do not have to use the lockdown to get the win. So still have that in their back pocket as we get ready to go in around 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the very least, to bait out a Hunter's Fury. It's going to be a Blade Storm for texture behind this operator, though. It's very, very scary. So now he's got extra options for the retakes.
One enemy remaining.
Patman there. Knew where Munchkin was. They saw him when he killed Jing. And they're able to clean him out nicely. See if they can string a few more together here. Try to put some mid pressure. You have Munchkin there. Foxy as well, going to try to plug that gap under Tube. They're looking for that TP up and over Tube from Jing. See if
Eventually get the cloud burst, but hearing it popped should still give the information over to PRX. And still very suspicious about his back yellow position. Pushboard getting ready to come through as Texture readjusts, finds something. Cleans up that kill, now wants the re-peek. And he is rewarded for it. Forsaken going to be taken down. Munchkin greeting the flank, coming in here under Tube. Calls up to the classic, swaps to the Phantom, and eventually finds his target. Jing will clean up the Viper, but finds himself in a 1v3. Spike still back over by the garage.
I have the spike.
Picks it up, but likely feels like he's got no other recourse than to try to play this out, to try to clutch it.
This is difficult to say the least. Try to TP forward. Foxy 9 right around the corner.
That swing getting ready to come through. Not even necessary. Ash will go ahead and find it at long range. Gen G preventing PRX from finding any back-to-back round wins.
Yeah, this is now very scary for PRX. You've given up a positive defender side on Icebox to Gen G. And against Team Heretics, you were so destructive on your attacker side. You just can't get anything going here. This time, you know, using that shock dart, thinking you've cleared Texture enough behind yellow. Texture's always gonna repeat. He's always gonna dip back into that well. We've seen it time and time again where he is fearless to go for those repeaks because of how fast he is, how confident he is in his flicks, in his own ability. And that one really killed PRX. You're going to have to take another second timeout in the first half. PRX, just like we saw in Ascent.
Yeah. Alex knows that they need these last 3 round wins before they swap over onto that defender side. And maybe the vibe just not quite getting there like we were seeing it on Ascent as that run back began. But this is a last-ditch effort. PRX looking rougher around the edges than we had anticipated coming into this series.
This is where you're looking for somebody on PRX to have that hero play, to have that big multi-kill round, to get them fired up, to get Jason on his feet, to try to change this map's destiny. Still sitting on some big ults, but the economy a little bit weak for PRX. A couple rifles, a Guardian, and a Sheriff. Still have that lockdown, still have that Hunter's Fury, but Ash has been just holding his Hunter's Fury, waiting for Devi to pop that ult. And he hasn't ever really needed to. This time PRX are really going to spread the map. A quick TP up Tube, but Jing TP's right back. Meanwhile, Karan has Pipes control. It's been noted, though.
You're trying to watch here before this swings in. Shot goes a little bit wide. Patman going to try to collect it. Does just that. Flank now going to have to be a concern here for Gen G. Overall, though, it's going to be a 1-for-1.
You should run.
Swing out, something. Dead. Foxy 9 able to find the kill right as the lockdown gets invested. PRX scrambling as Forsaken similarly.
Spike down.
He's trying to get back in, but now it's just a lockdown. The 2 players from PRX, worlds apart. The spike out wide in the open. Who can take the first step to trying to claw this one back?
I got the spike.
Spike is going to be recovered. Patman going to try to scale forward. Does he read Foxy's position at all? No, he's trying to escape to get away from the dart so he doesn't get revealed. But Foxy is laying in wait. And that is now 8-2.
This just seems like it's going to be a play to sell a fake the whole way. But things just kind of crumble here mentally for PRX. They're not anticipating. They're not understanding that negative space. They knew Karan was up on pipes, and Jing still went for that duel and lost. It is baffling sometimes. As good as this team can be.
Here.
Definitely a little off course. It's going to be all stingers for them. They're just seemingly lining up for an A rush.
To the peak, point blank, hits it. Cannot escape. Jing does well to get the punish, to get the trade. But Munchkin, top screen. A pixel there to find Forsaken. Comes up with the kill. Swing around the back up. Patman looking for a little bit more. Runs out of bolts with the stickers. So Foxy 9 able to collect too. Jing will be able to get on top of him to find the elimination. Brings it into a 1v2, but still does not have the spike in hand. Does get caught there by the drone.
I have the spike.
You know his position. The flank is coming through. Cue the Jaws music. Karan circling here, ready to strike.
Shadows traveling.
Some cycled smokes, and any kind of tap would lead to demise, but Ash will just find him, trying to explore around. 9-2, Gen G. Looking to make this a swift one.
Texture is so fast. Even though the trap is set by PRX, still Munchkin. That tight angle finds the shots. Foxy 9 so good from up on Raptors. Just no hope there for Jing. I thought maybe he'd go for his ultimate. Had it available, but had no idea where the other player was. He knew where the Sova was, most likely because of the recon dart. Yeah, why not?
Unless Foxy sold it. I mean, they've got so much money, they might as well. Texture is just going crazy on that push, and something just turns around and says, oh, there you are.
Nowhere to run!
Quick kill found. Hunter's Fury now coming through. Munchkin is dead. Great little set play coming in, and suddenly PRX are looking coordinated. They're looking great. They're looking clean. And you have to ask, where has this been for the entirety of this half?
I mean, what a way to end it. What a way to end it. Go flawless. Get the 9-3 curse. You know?
Could very well be the case. We'll see. I mean, it has to, again, start from the pistol. Gen G has not dropped a single one yet in this tournament. We'll see if PRX can deliver that first loss when we come back after halftime.
Esports is a $2 billion industry now, but it all started in dingy basements and cramped living rooms.
From how the pros train to how the money flows, this G2 and Mastercard series breaks it all down. 12 episodes, packed with insight and lessons for anyone looking to understand the world of competitive gaming. Ready to learn the game behind the game?
Stay tuned for what's next.
You won't want to miss it.
Surface, you reach out and cry now, hey, hey, oh. Like cocaine, dust makes you blind. 1, 2, 3, enjoy the ride now, hey, 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 oh. I say when you get to the ground, you reach for the light, oh dreamer. You've got that look inside your eyes that says leave it. The green grass and the water, digging down for some pure liquid fire.
All right, we are back and about to go into the second half here of this Icebox. Dire straits at the moment for PRX.
Absolutely. Taking a look at the Coinbase econ report, a zero.
A zero!
A donut for something.
Oh, boy.
He has 9 kills. He's top fragging.
Spending all of his money every round.
For sure. But Munchkin, on the other hand, you know, has that ace and really just accelerates and is in cruise control the rest of the time. He is dishing it out, as well as just calling brilliantly for the side of Gen G as usual. He has just had such a tremendous run these last couple years as a leader for Gen G. Just so well prepared, just has his opponent's tendencies so well understood, so well researched. And time again, it just feels like you're hitting your head against a brick wall trying to find openings in Gen G.
And if you were taking bets ahead of the event about which player would get the first ace of the tournament, Munchkin, I think, would be not that high on the list.
Than anybody's
You'd go for, you know, maybe Charon, maybe Texture on this team, Zekin on Sentinels.
Sure. I can think of a lot of players that I would consider, and Munchkin isn't anywhere near my thought process.
He is looking very good here on the icebox. Gen G, though, quickly sliding forward in towards his A site, turn around the back to go ahead and try to alert them. Well, they realize that there's a flank coming through, but how many players? I don't think they're going to be able to read that until they hear the footsteps.
Oh boy.
Shock Dart going to be sent out. Pushing up out of the smoke. Foxy9 able to find one, get some collab damage as well in. There's something in Jing. Both tagged to hell. Munchkin now outflanking the flankers. Looks for the second, gets it, and it's a flawless pistol here on Icebox in this tournament. Gen G have not dropped a single one.
It's just been perfection. They've just found the sauce. I mean, these sheriffs are just unbelievable, but it's more about positioning here. This is all just about them understanding. You know, last time, if you think back to the defensive pistol round for PRX, it was a three-man push towards B Garage, with Jing TPing in, throwing a paranoia, them collapsing on the players, trying to get out of their heretics. So immediately, Gen G, not receiving any resistance, is just so ready for these flanks. And Foxy9 finds an angle that they're just not anticipating, and why not? Why not, Munchkin? Sure.
We'll have to see that one back. There's three players over towards green, and Munchkin just manages to kill off two of them now.
You gonna double down on the aces?
Why the hell not? Leg spotted. Some damage across there onto Jing. Munchkin want to be able to try to find it. There's the 3K.
I'm just flabbergasted with Gen G. I mean, I knew they're good, but this form that they're coming into this event with is unbelievable. I mean, they look like they're ready to win another Masters.
They're looking better than they did at Shanghai.
100%. 100%. This is the best I've ever seen this team in this iteration. Like, with this current roster, hands down. They are just dominant.
Munchkin 19-8-4. Is that your birth year? You're old.
Something around that, yeah. I remember when cars first started coming out, you know, horses were going away.
Well, looks like they're going to try to die to the spike, or at least Devi will. Munchkin is lingering, so maybe making a 4-piece here. And now Fox will take it away. So there you go. It's another flawless, though, as Gen G just looking to just very cleanly sweep through the remainder of this map. Got so much firepower going into this. That's okay. All right, Munchkin.
Unbelievable. Right as the smoke is moving, he gets a glimpse of Patman. And just absolutely disgusting.
But look at the state of the economy here. Half armors from damn near everybody on the side of PRX. 3 full armors, 2 Bulldogs, 3 Guardians. Gen G can absolutely convert this. PRX gonna have to dig deep as something storming forward. Somehow just see the head of Texture there, but is still gonna be able to exit. Push out over towards Pipes though, and Jing. The same cannot be said. Charon trying to lurk, and somehow something doesn't get that kill. 5 HP, he's still alive, he's looking for more. Forsaken will be able to say no. Plays one back, but player advantage there for Gen G. Now expounded upon. As Forsaken falls to the wayside, Patman good for the lurk. 2v3, Devi. A quick Texture, the drop down, the double face, the kill. Patman now needing to clutch once more, but Ash will not allow it. Bonus converted, match point found. Gen G
match point
are looking incredible.
it's just jaw-dropping. What do you do against this? I mean, they're just unbelievably skilled with so many different weapons. It doesn't matter what it is, like these one-tap guns, Sheriff's Guardians, they're phenomenal with those. The discipline is incredible. They take contact better than anybody we've seen so far here in Toronto. And I think it goes without saying now that this should absolutely be the last team picked out of Swiss, because they are just destroying. Forget it.
Texture just spraying and praying, getting rewarded. The rich getting richer. Something and to buy. Destroyed off the rip. Thing with a nice shot is able to find Munchkin, takes down the IGL. Texture going to be out for blood, out for a little bit more. Second. Will fall Jing with the second kill. Looks for a little bit more.
Spike down.
Now needing to clutch it, but he cannot. 13-3, Gen G.